The galaxy's edge hums with tension, a cold void where borders blur and fleets linger like predators sizing each other up. Out here, the Zalthur hold dominion, their sleek ships glinting with the precision of a species that's mastered logic itself. They're the galaxy's brain trust, hyper-intelligent, methodical. Their scanning tech so advanced it can peel apart a vessel's secrets in moments. Hull composition, weapon arrays, even the crew's last meal. Most species fold under that gaze, their ships predictable as clockwork, their tactics textbook. But today, the Zalthur face something different. Across the void sits a human fleet, ragged and defiant, led by a warship called the HMS Defiant. Its hull's a patchwork of dense and mismatched plates, its silhouette jagged like it was stitched together from a dozen wrecks. To the Zalthur, it's an insult to engineering. Yet it radiates a quiet, unshakable threat. Commander ZYXKL leads the Zalthur flotilla, his compound eyes flickering over holographic displays. He's dissected countless fleets, reduced them to data points, but this human ship gnaws at his curiosity. His species prides itself on knowing everything, yet their archives carry a warning, etched in the logs of a long-dead expedition. Do not scan the humans' machines, lest you invite chaos. ZYXKL's mandibles click in irritation. Chaos? Illogical. Humans are primitives, brash, emotional, barely spacefaring. Their tech should be laughable, not a riddle. He zooms the display, noting the Defiant's oddities. Cannons bolted at weird angles, exhaust ports that look jury-rigged, a faint hum of energy that doesn't match any known signature. It's a mess, but it's here, staring him down. The humans break the silence first. A transmission crackles through, distorted by static but dripping with bravado. "Scan us if you dare." The words Hang Seek's translation AI renders them crisp and clear, every syllable a taunt. ZYXKL's officers exchange glances, their bioluminescent skin pulsing with unease. To scan or not, the Zalthur thrive on information. Ignorance is weakness. One officer argues it's a trap. Another insists they can't back down from a challenge. ZYXKL weighs the risk. His scanners could crack the Defiant open like an egg, expose its guts, unless the warning's real. He recalls a rumor. A Zalthur ship once scanned a human vessel and limped home half-mad, its crew babbling about impossible machines. Superstition, surely. Yet the Defiant sits there, daring him, a predator cloaked in junkyard skin. The standoff drags on, seconds ticking into minutes. ZYXKL's logic wars with instinct. The humans shouldn't be a threat, too crude, too reckless. But that ship's presence, its sheer gall, defies every rule he knows. His fleet waits, poised for his command. To scan is to know. To hesitate is to doubt. The message loops again. Scan us if you dare. A dare no Zalthur can ignore. ZYXKL's patience snaps. The human taunt, "Scan us if you dare," burns in his mind, a challenge to his species' supremacy. He overrides his officers' protests and orders the scan. The Zalthur flagship's sensors flare, beams of energy slicing through the void toward the HMS Defiant. This is routine. Map the hull, trace the circuits, catalog the weapons. Within moments, they'll know everything about this primitive junk heap. The data streams back and the bridge falls silent. Numbers flicker wildly, power levels spike to absurd highs, then drop to zero. The ship's core registers as a fusion reactor, then a combustion engine, then something labeled self-repairing meat grinder. Weapon systems link to a heat signature that matches a coffee maker. The Zalthur computers screech, overwhelmed by nonsense, and crash one by one. Aboard the Defiant, Captain Elena Voss leans back in her chair, grinning. Her crew scrambles around a tangle of wires and salvage tech, tweaking decoy emitters and fake signatures. The ship's a masterpiece of misdirection, cobbled together from alien wrecks, human scrap, and sheer spite. They've rigged it to broadcast gibberish. False hull readings, looped energy spikes, even a subroutine that pings enemy scans with recipes for soup. Voss knows the Zalthur crave order. She's giving them chaos instead. A junior tech patches in a new signal, something about explosive toaster arrays, and the bridge erupts in laughter. This isn't just defense. It's a middle finger to alien logic. Back on the Zalthur flagship, panic spreads. ZYXKL watches as his own systems falter. The scan didn't just fail, it backfired. A human logic virus slips through the connection, a tangle of contradictory code that fries their AI. Navigation locks up, spitting out coordinates to nowhere. Shields flicker, registering the ship as a vegetable. An officer shouts that their weapons are targeting each other. ZYXKL's mandibles tremble as he orders a retreat, but the controls won't respond. The fleet drifts, helpless, while the Defiant sits untouched, its crew's cackles echoing over open comms. The Zalthur expected to dissect a weakling. Instead, they've poked a hornet's nest. Voss taps her console, watching the alien ships flail. Her plan's simple: make the enemy drown in their own precision. The Defiant's real weapons, crude but functional, stay hidden behind the noise. She doesn't need elegance. She needs results. The Zalthur fleet staggers away, trailing sparks, their scanners dark. ZYXKL stares at the human warship, its patchwork hull now a symbol of something incomprehensible. His species prides itself on knowing all. But this is beyond knowing. The humans turn to scan into a weapon, and he's got nothing left to counter it. Over the comms, Voss's voice cuts through. Told you so. The line goes dead, leaving the Zalthur in stunned silence. The Zalthur retreat leaves a scar on the galaxy's chatter. Word spreads fast, through trade hubs, war councils, even the telepathic whispers of the KLYSS hive mind. The humans turn to scan into a rout, and the HMS Defiant becomes a ghost story. The Crystalline Vor recount a clash years back. Their dreadnought, a marvel of physics, faced a human frigate leaking fuel and blasting opera music. Outgunned, the humans rammed them, firing cannons by hand when power failed. The Vor lost, and their analysts still can't explain it. The KLYSS murmur of a skirmish where human ships dodged their swarm, using trash as decoys. Every tale ends the same. Human warships are walking paradoxes, too absurd to pin down. ZYXKL, licking his wounds, seeks answers. He consults an elder scientist, KLYX Vor, whose scales glow dim with age. She's studied humans longer than most, and her words chill him. They don't build like us, she says. Their ships aren't optimized. They're scars of survival, patched with whatever works. She pulls up a hollow of the Defiant, a reactor running on recycled waste, shields humming with static from frayed wires. This madness, yet it held off a fleet. KLYX Vor warns that humans thrive on the unpredictable. Where the Zalthur demand perfection, humans embrace the broken and make it deadly. ZYXKL's logic twists. How do you fight what doesn't follow rules? Across the void, the Defiant's crew picks up the galactic buzz. Captain Voss smirks as a new taunt beams out. Want a rematch? Sensors catch the signal and alien fleets flinch. The Zalthur dare a passive sweep. No deep scan, just a glance. Readings come back stranger than before. Engines pulsing with irregular beats, a hull that shifts density like it's alive. One officer swears he detects a weapon powered by distilled liquor. It's impossible, laughable, yet the Defiant sits there, daring them to test it. The galaxy's species update their logs. Humans don't just survive, they revel in defying the odds. ZYXKL pieces it together, his pride crumbling. Scanning doesn't expose human weakness. It hands them the keys to your systems. Their ships are traps, baiting the curious with junkyard facades that hide raw cunning. He recalls the virus, the chaos, and shudders. The Defiant isn't a warship. It's a statement. Humans don't play by galactic norms because they've never needed to. KLYX Vor's voice echoes. They're not advanced. They're relentless. The realization sinks in. Every encounter with humans spreads their legend further. The Zalthur, the Vor, the KLYSS, they're all learning the same lesson. Mess with humanity, and you don't just lose, you become part of their myth. Across the stars, that myth grows, a warning wrapped in awe. ZYXKL's humiliation festers into rage. The Zalthur fleet regroups, their sleek hulls gleaming with renewed purpose. No more scans, just firepower. He'll crush the HMS Defiant the old-fashioned way, prove his species' might. The orders given, and energy lances streak toward the human ship. But the Defiant moves, erratic and fast, spitting out drones. Scrap metal welded into crude shapes, each screaming fake signatures. The Zalthur blast phantoms, their sensors drowning in a swarm of false targets. Voss's voice crackles over comms. Catch us if you can. Zuexkale snarls as the real Defiant slips closer, a wolf in the chaos. Aboard the human ship, Captain Voss plays her final card. Her crew unveils a weapon scavenged from a Zalthur wreck years ago. A plasma lance, elegant once, now a beast of overclocked fury. They've juiced it beyond specs, risking meltdown for one brutal shot. The bridge hums with tension as they aim. The lance fires, a jagged bolt that tears through the Zalthur flagship's core. Alarms wail, their shields collapse, engines die. Zoisael's bridge goes dark, his officers scrambling as the fleet falters. The humans cheer, their patchwork warship standing tall amid the wreckage. The Zalthur signal surrender, their pride shattered. Zuexkal demands answers over a flickering comm link. How do you survive this madness? Voss's reply is calm, sharp. We don't plan to lose, just to make sure you do. She cuts the line, leaving him staring at the Defiant. Its hull glints, a mess of scars and ingenuity, a monument to human grit. The weapon that felled him was theirs once, turned against them with reckless genius. He sees it now. Humans don't fight fair, they fight to win any way they can. The galaxy takes note. The Vor tighten their borders. The KLYSS rethink their swarms. The Zalthur update their archives. Human warships. Unscannable, unbreakable, unstoppable. Zuexkal slumps, his fleet limping home. He vows never to scan again, not out of fear, but respect. The Defiant drifts off, its crew already patching leaks, cracking jokes. Voss leans back, satisfied. They didn't just beat the Zalthur, they made them flinch. That's the human way. Turn the enemy's strength into a weakness, then hit harder than they can dream. The stars whisper their name now, a warning and a legend rolled into one. Across the void, the lesson sinks in. Aliens can build better ships, wield sharper tech. But humans? They wield chaos like a blade. The Defiant vanishes into the dark, ready for the next fool to test them. ZYXKAL knows the truth. You don't fight humans, you survive them. And even then, good luck. The galaxy's rules don't apply when humanity's involved. They write their own in blood and scrap.